There we are.
Here we are.
I don't know. You're the guy. You do it all. Like I don't know. I could have.
I know. I'm sorry. We're back here at the John and Joe Sports Show, 99.5 WSR and the Royal Television Network. I am John.
I'm Joe.
We're the John and Joe Sports Show.
Yeah.
But it's Halloween, so we're each other for Halloween.
So I'm actually John.
And I'm Joe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'll notice these lights are bright. They were supposed to be dimmed by our lovely floor manager who left and didn't dim them, though she got us water. No, I got my own water. Doesn't really matter, but cheers to you, Nina. And there they go.
There they go.
We're fine now.
Excellent.
So we're going to start profusely sweating soon.
Yes.
So, all right. Enough shenanigans. It's baseball time. America's sport. Now we're back. Now. What did that last? 2 seconds? 3?
Was that supposed to be funny?
No.
That just cool us off? Why don't you come out every time we go on a commercial so we can like have a cool down?
There we go. That's a good idea.
The cool zone, like Hershey Park. You go through that mist and you're like, yes. All right. Anyway, so yeah, baseball. As we said to start the show, the World Series is tonight. I forgot it was on.
I thought it was over.
Me too.
Yeah, I thought.
No, it's still. There's still time.
I thought the Yankees won.
They did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they repeated against the Phillies.
Excellent.
Like everyone thought would happen. So
Awesome.
it was simple enough.
Good for them. Good for them.
Actually, no, that didn't happen. Again, we joke.
We joke.
Kid. But the Phillies and Yankees both lost in 6 games to the San Francisco Giants, not to be confused with New York.
No.
And the Texas Rangers, not to be confused with Walker, Texas Ranger. Not the same person, different scenarios. It's not Chuck Norris, sadly.
Otherwise, then you wouldn't have been shocked if they won.
No, obviously. They wouldn't even have had a season.
No.
No one would want to play him. I don't blame them. No. But I was appalled that the Yankees and Phillies both lost to maybe not, I don't think definitely not as good of teams overall than the Yankees and Phillies. I mean, granted, they're playing a lot better baseball at this point in time, which is what's good about the playoffs in some sense, and what's bad about it in the same sense as well is that whichever team's playing great wins.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes.
See random years where teams win, and you're just like, what? Right.
Yeah, it's just shocking to see these teams who have limited playoff experience to none
at all
win like they're the veterans. They played like they were the veterans.
Texas, I want to say, outscored the Yankees something like 39-18.
It was bad
in the series, and the Giants just basically wanted it more than the Phillies.
Right.
That's basically how it was. It's not like they won games by 13 or they scored 8 runs in the ninth inning. Not like that happened. Right?
No.
But they just wanted it more. They fought harder. They got timely hits. They dug and clawed and whatever other adjective you could possibly use to describe how well they played. And the Phillies went home, which couldn't have made me happier after the Yankees lost the day before, because that's all we would have needed as a Yankee fan and as a University of Scranton student was for the Phillies fans to win and go to the World Series. We would not have heard the end of it until April. Even if they got swept, at least we got the World Series. Fighting Phils.
But now nobody cares.
No, and at least not here. Like we were talking about, I'm sure in their respective towns they care. Cities, towns.
Well, a big town.
Boroughs, things like that nature. They care, but in the East, over on this side, who cares?
No one cares.
All right, we're going to tell you about the games because that's what we do. Quick. I didn't do that awkwardly. It was argued that you scoot in. So instead of telling you that, I just went for it.
I just kept looking at camera too. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I have eyes all over the place.
That was very good.
I had a surgery and I just like flies.
Yeah.
So Wednesday's games, one of them Well, actually, none of them ended during our show, so that really doesn't matter. But if this loads, we'll go to town and let you know who won and lost Wednesday.
Because we don't know otherwise.
I vaguely remember, but I don't want to be wrong, because then
Exactly.
we're not wrong on this show.
Right.
Ever. Never once. Have we
Never. We've never been wrong. Why do you think we're on TV?
Exactly. If we weren't good enough, we wouldn't be on television.
Right.
Okay, Wednesday, here we go. Yankees won 7-2. That game was going on while we were here, and they were doing pretty well. They were up 5-0 at one point, and they ended up winning 7-2. Sabathia actually pitched well for once. Swisher had a home run. Cano, Granderson. Yankees basically just beat up on the Rangers, and you're like, oh, here we go. Here are the real Yankees. For now.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, you were like, this is how it should have gone
right.
all series.
Right.
And it didn't. It didn't. And then at night, in the Aquinas office, which is where we go at night to hang out, chill, edit some stories.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a blast. I never get upset or anything.
No.
For no apparent reason.
It's relaxing. You know, like
it's
people go and play golf and they go to massage places. We go to the Aquinas office.
We go to the Aquinas office, yes.
It's really awesome. Yeah, the Giants win 6-5. I was shocked, but I was happy at the same time. But again, another game that the Giants just insert saying here, claw and whatever. There's good puns for that. I don't really have any, but
absolutely,
you know what I'm talking about. But they ended up winning 6-5. I don't even remember who pitched. Roy Oswald pitched for the Phillies, and Brian Wilson ended up getting the win for the Giants because they got the sacrifice fly in the 9th inning and won at home. It was great.
Yep, that was a good game. It was a good game. To just once again, the Giants just sticking around, you know, and just acting like the veteran team that's been there before, sticking around, and then getting the victory in the end.
Notice I said Roy Oswald got the loss. Well, you would think that he started the game, but no. They brought him in for bullpen work in the game, and he ended up throwing 13, I was going to say, but I'm going to try and not give you Valley language. He threw 13 pitches. He ended up getting the loss. Buster Posey had 4 hits and 2 RBIs. You know, him and Cody Ross pretty much carried the Giants hitting overall. And the bullpen kind of lost the game for the Phillies, it seemed. I mean, that's just how I look at it, but I could be wrong. I just didn't think the bullpen did very well. It was really reminiscent of the Yankees bullpen, just blowing chances, blowing away leads. And Oswald has to come in, and it didn't work. So they lost.
They lost, going down 3-1, just not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
So the Yankees had won, so it was 3-2 in their series, 3-1 for the Phillies series. And it was funny because both series were working out exactly the same way. So I was telling people, you better hope the Yankees win out and make it because you Phillies fans, they're going to go down. Mm-hmm. What happened?
We'll find out.
Yeah. It's going to load eventually.
Yeah.
Slow as it may be, one day.
It's getting there.
It'll get there.
It's getting there.
No need to worry.
Don't worry. Because it's getting there.
We don't have anything to even fill in the dead air with
until
we get the score up.
I know.
Thank you, University of Scranton Internet Service.
The Royal Air
Services. Yeah, I got nothing. Well, you know what happened was the Yankees played again the next day.
That's it.
I
didn't expect that.
Actually, I don't think they did because they had an off day. I'm lying to you. They had an off day. The Phillies played again.
The Phillies played.
Phillies won. It was Roy Halladay, Tim Lincecum, part 2. This time, Roy Halladay gets the best of Lincecum, and they win 4-2. Worth had a home run. Basically, Halladay was just his usual self. He pitched well. He ran into some trouble. It reminded me of the game of him battling as CC Sabathia would when you're not doing well, you just battle it out. He walked the first batter of the game. The first time that's happened all year, he walked the first batter of the game. But he battled. You know, Giants go up 1-0 in the first, and then the third they score. The Phillies score 3 runs, and it's 3-2 after 4. But then Holiday stays in there. He was struggling. I didn't know when they were actually going to go to the bullpen. That was subtle.
Yeah, so was the...
They probably didn't hear that. And if they did, it was probably really funny. Like, what is that? Holiday battles out, and they end up winning. Jason Worth's home run in the 9th pretty much put the comeback, dashed the hopes of the Giants down 2, which happens. In the last inning, when you score a lot of runs, it really does dash people's hopes. Again, not like I have enough first-hand experience or anything like that. But, yeah, we get... So the series, again, 3-2.
3-2.
On we move to Friday, which is when the Yankees traveled to Texas. They're down 3-1. The series rests on Andy Pettit's Phil Hughes. Sorry.
Phil
Hughes, because Joe Girardi decided that he would put Hughes to start Game 2 of the series rather than 3. So it was Phil Hughes.
He did a rip-roaring job.
Well, that's a good idea. I mean, he's only been in the league 3 years max. And, Andy Pettitte, what does he only have, 19 wins in the postseason?
That's it.
Most all time. He doesn't even have 20 because they lost when he pitched Game 2. Ridiculous. So, yeah, Phil Hughes pitches, and they lose 6-1. Really, no chance for the Yankees. I mean,
right.
It was 1-0 after the first inning, and then it was fine until the 5th. The Yankees score 1, and you're like, all right, it's tied. And then the Rangers score 4 in the 5th. Nelson Cruz, 2-run home run. Vladimir Guerrero had a double in that inning, which is bad. When like I was telling my father, like he was like, Vlad is terrible. I'm like, he's not, though, because he looks terrible when he gets out. When he gets out, he looks pathetic. He's swinging at nothing, not it. When he hits it, it's a double, it's a homer, it's a triple, it's a big single.
It's true.
He's unbelievable. Even though he's terrible when he gets out. He doesn't have like those, somebody makes a diving play or something. It's either a strikeout or like a dribbler to second. But if he hits it, you're done. So Cruz, it's a home run. That just quiets the crowd. It's then they're down 5-1, and when you're in New York, once you're down by more than 1, everyone leaves, and it's not good. So it ended up being 6-1 in the 7th, and the Yankees did absolutely nothing with the bullpen that Texas threw at them. But Chris Lewis from the Rangers, who? Chris Lewis?
His name's Chris Lewis. Yeah.
He gets the win, 2-0 against the Yankees in the series. I think he went 7 innings, no problems, only gave up 1 run. And then the bullpen did the rest and sent the Yankees home. Irony enough that Alex Rodriguez was the last out looking, because he was once a Ranger.
That's right.
So that's ironic is what it is. So, yeah, Yankees go home. Texas moves on. Cliff Lee doesn't have to pitch, so he starts the series off tonight. Not like it would have mattered anyway, because there were so many games in between. He would have been fine regardless, but... Looking back at the Yankees-Rangers series, I really think that starting Cliff Lee pitching in Game 3, I think that put pressure on the Yankees. I really think they thought they were going to lose Game 3, which they ended up doing, and it just put the pressure on that they had to win those games. And Texas was playing just careful, just having fun. They were very loose. But the Yankees just felt they had to win, and that partly killed them in the end. That's one observation, and you could go ahead. I agree, because I think Cliff Lee put pressure on them all series long. Just the fact that he's always put pressure on them. I mean, every game, it's like, oh God, we have to face Cliff Lee. We better win this one.
Right, that's true.
And I agree with you completely. I definitely think it affected them mentally because, he hasn't lost in the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going in thinking, like, how are we going to beat this guy? Yeah. We have to win 2, and then we play him. And then Then you're up, you win, it's 3-2, we're going to Texas. Even if you win Game 6, you have to face Cliff Lee in Game 7.
Exactly.
So
I think that's what they were feeling. They went down 2-1 after the Cliff Lee loss, and then they're like, "Oh crap, we've got to win before we face him again." So that means they had to win three straight.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, 3 straight.
Ron Washington definitely made a really great managerial move there.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas Girardi's move to put Hughes in Game 2 was just stupid.
Right. Yeah.
I can see his point of putting. He probably thought that Pettit would be a better matchup going up against Lee, which is, that's on paper, yes. However, I think it's more important to win the first 2 games.
You're right.
Even if you lose Game 3, you still got 2.
Exactly. I completely agree with you there.
And then we would have been going into Game 6. You've got Andy Pettit on the mound. No pressure for him. He's done it thousands of times. Not figuratively, but then Game 7, you've got everyone.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a clean slate. Yeah, everyone goes in.
I completely agree with you there. I have no idea.
You could throw Phil Hughes for 2 innings. Go through the lineup once, put A.J. Burnett in. Face the lineup once, put CeCe in. But just keep. It doesn't matter in Game 7, which we saw in 2001, where the Diamondbacks started Johnson and Schilling and won the World Series with that.
Correct.
It's a good idea.
Correct.
Who cares about arm trouble when you need to win the game at that point, really? Oh, well, because if they lose, there's no tomorrow. Who cares if their arms are sore the next day? If they're going home, who cares? So, that's just another one of the differences between decisions that Ron Washington made and the ones Girardi made. Ron Washington's one of those managers, and I don't know whether I like this or not, but he's one of those guys that gets real into the game. He's very adamant when they're scoring. He claps, he jumps, he hugs, he screams. He's very adamant, whereas managers like Girardi and Torre just sit there.
Yep.
They don't smile. They just sit there. And I don't know whether or not the more hyper manager kind of helps teams, because you look over and your manager's going nuts along with you rather than just being stoic and you don't know what they're thinking.
I'll say this about that. I do like the manager being more animated, more like a part of the team.
Yeah.
I really do like that. But in order for that to work, you have to have players who are disciplined to be able to handle themselves and not just fool around all the time. And the Cowboys. Sorry, I got something. So. I do like that, but I feel that if you do not have the disciplined players, you need that stoic manager.
I agree, and I'm surprised that Girardi's not more like that, because he played with 4 or 5 of the guys on the team.
Yeah.
He's still a young guy, younger, but I don't understand. He barely shows any emotion. They score, and it's just nothing. I'd get excited when I coached for Abington Legion. I got excited when we scored. You get into the games, and I don't understand how you could just sit there and not cheer for your own team after a game-winning hit. Just
yeah.
They do it then, but during the game, barely anything. Maybe a clap.
Right.
Whereas you've got Washington waving guys in when there's a hit and he's jumping over the barriers and woo! That may be from the cocaine, but
yeah, that's the series.
Yeah.
It's clear. You could even look at their managers there. He was loose, and his guys were loose. That was what did it, and he made better decisions. And Girardi did not make the best decisions, and his guys were tight.
Yep,
very reflected
why.
Their managers.
I don't know why, because you could easily see it. You would think it would be the opposite, because the Yankees have been there so many times. We're just out there having fun, and it was like. There was so much tension with their team, whereas the Rangers were so loose, and the manager portrayed it perfectly in every game. When they would score, he's cheering for them and he's ready to go. And I think that's what won them the series. I honestly do, because the talent-wise, I think overall the Yankees are a better team, talent-wise. But as far as motivation and as far as being the hot team, the Rangers proved they were that, and they demolished the Yankees.
Absolutely.
And it was a slap in the face, and they didn't see it coming at all.
Nope.
So good for them, and we'll see what happens with that. But Game 6, which was Saturday, the Giants beat the Phillies 3-2, ending the comeback hopes of the Phillies. Juan Uribe had a home run in the 8th, which gave the Giants a 3-2 lead. It was back and forth all game. Cody Ross, as usual, does his own thing. But that home run in the 8th really was what did it for them. I mean, it got everyone excited. And that was it. The bullpen held it down. Brian Wilson, Fear the Beard, comes in the 9th, gets out, strikes out Ryan Howard with a couple guys on, looking on a questionable pitch.
Yep.
But I think
that one was in there.
Bases were loaded, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But sick slider on a 3-2 pitch.
It was very nice.
Froze him up. And
at first I thought, I was like, oh, no, that was a ball. But
it was
then
a late reaction. The call was late.
That's why I was
like, oh!
And then and then they showed their fancy K-zone thing, and they slowed it down, and I'm just like, no, that was a strike. And first of all, even if it was a ball,
that's too close.
That is way too close. I'm sorry, you have to swing at that pitch.
And it's first and second, runners on first and second.
Okay,
my fault.
Yeah.
Well, Wilson gets the 5-out save, and Tim Lincecum started. You know, he did when he came in the 8th in relief. He struggled, but then Wilson came in, and I don't know. It was just, again, the Giants just looked like they wanted it more with the Phillies, and that's just it was a good series to watch.
Right.
And it was well played by both teams. It just seemed like the Giants wanted it more, and shockingly, they came up with the timely hits they needed. The Giants of all the teams. It was mostly Cody Ross, Buster Posey, but a couple of guys came through. Juan Uribe gets the home run that puts them ahead, and they win. Goodbye, Phillies.
Exactly. The Phillies go ahead here 2-0 in this game, all is well. But the Giants all series, they stuck around, and they came back and beat you at the end. That's what the good teams do. That's what the veteran teams do. And the Giants really showed that they were the better team and the more deserving team to get to the World Series. Like I said, they did it all series. They won game 1, the game they needed to win against a hot Halliday pitcher. They won with their ace. I mean, and then you've got these other guys for the Giants just coming in and getting it done. I mean, it was shocking, but they definitely deserved it. They were the better team. They made the plays necessary to win, not the Phillies.
I agree, and it's shocking that this happened. That it's Rangers, Giants, but overall, when you just look at the start of the series, I mean, Giants and these are the two best teams right now. Playing right now, these are the two best teams.
Right.
And it would have been interesting to see like whether the Phillies or the Yankees snuck by, like they almost did. They almost just won on raw talent alone, and snuck by these teams. It would have been interesting to see them because they're both kind of struggling in the World Series. Might have been like a letdown series. Like, okay, 1-0, great. But we'll go to a quick break, and when we come back, we will tell you who we think will win the World Series. If you want to give us a text to comment on anything we said or any new topics for us to talk about, you could do so by texting 570-212-9877. That's 212-WUSR. It's on the screen for the 4 of you watching at the University of Scranton, and I have it here on my computer, so I can talk to you via that if you're interested. If not, stick around here. We'll be right back. You're listening to 99.5 WSR Scranton or watching us on the Royal Television Network. We're the John and Joe Sports Show. We'll be right back.
What's up? This is my friend Rob from Michigan.
What's up?
He's a teenager.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Woo! Hey, you want to slow down there?
No.
Really? Okay.
What are you doing?
We're shooting a viral video. Hold on, I want to see this. Hey, this is his last 5 minutes on Earth. A little something to Mom? Say something to Mom. How about, goodbye, Mom, sorry.
Hey guys, this is my teenage friend Rachel. She's cool. Hey. Hey, could you watch the road?
Hey, could you watch the road?
Okay. All right, well, if we die in a car crash, I want to donate my eyes to my neighbor, Gary. He has a boat, and he sails all around the world. I would love to see that. I don't know if he actually needs eyes, but who would turn on a free pair of eyes, right? Who's that rich?
Oh, 先生你好，歡迎光臨，等等先。唔該晒。Brandon.
You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pass the honey? 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'll move your article to the back page.
Back on the John and Joe Sports Show on 99.5 WSR Scranton and the Royal Television Network. For those of you watching, we're half on, half off, half graphic.
It's me. I can see me.
Oh yeah, you can see yourself through your shirt. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
whoa,
you go.
oh, there we go.
Oh, there we are.
That's
All right.
awkward. All right, so we're back. For those of you that aren't watching us, I apologize for the awkwardness. It's John and Joe Sports Show. The one talking is John. The one that comes in after my voice is Joe.
Joe, that's me.
That's it.
Yep.
Now that you know what we sound like and look like, we can get started again. So we just talked about the little analysis of the Yankees and the Phillies. So now we have to talk about who's going to win the World Series.
If you must. We'll do that.
Well, it won't be long.
I know.
We're in the Northeast, so we don't really care. You got the Giants. You got the Phillies. You've got Tim Lincecum going up against Cliff Lee. Another great matchup to start Game 1. Again, remember, Cliff Lee has not lost. But the game is at San Francisco because the All-Star game decides the World Series.
It's the NL, baby.
And
they got it done.
First time in like 13 years they finally won.
Yes.
Game 2 is going to be Wilson against Kane. Game 3 is Sanchez against Lewis. Game 4 is Bumgarner against Hunter. And Game 5, Lincecum and Lee, etc., etc. So, Joe, who you got?
Who do I
Sorry for that being
got?
so loud, mic people.
Okay. Well, when looking at these two teams, you look at the previous series, and as you mentioned earlier, they went exactly the same.
Basically. Both managers for both losing clubs made really terrible decisions at different points in their series.
So how exactly do you pick which team is better when they haven't faced each other? And judging by the previous series, they both looked the same.
Simulate the game.
It's pretty tough.
On MLB The Show. Simulate the series.
This is true.
This
is true.
You know what? Who could have picked it? Remember that octopus that picked the World Cup? It's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, 2.5 years. It died like 2 days ago. I read that article. It was sad. We could have had him or her, I forget. Her, I think. Pick who would have won, and we would have been fine. But it's dead. It was like 8-0 on World Cup picks. Dominant octopus. But it's dead. But yeah.
But I will pick the Texas Rangers. And here's why. I believe Cliff Lee, see, they put me on camera 1 because I'm talking. Cliff Lee wins Game 1. in San Francisco,
It's hot
which
there.
gives which
It's
gives
hot both
them
places. They don't care.
just a big boost, taking away home field advantage like that. Yeah, Cliff Lee has not lost, and there's no reason to believe that he won't lose.
True.
Oh, no reason to believe that he will lose. That he will, not won't, will lose. So I just don't I don't see him losing. Until he loses, I cannot pick against him. I believe the Texas Rangers, coming from the AL, a superior league. I'll admit that. I'm a Cardinals fan, but he's played against better talent.
Paul the Octopus.
Than the
Something
San Francisco
before
Giants.
that we can't see because the screen isn't big enough. But yes, thank you.
But yeah, I'll go with Texas for those reasons, because of Cliff Lee, and they play in a superior league.
Here's one scenario. Giants beat Cliff Lee tonight, take momentum, win the second game with Kane.
That would be huge.
They're set.
Yeah.
They're ready.
That's true.
This is a
It's tough to
really
pick.
difficult series to pick
It's tough to
because
pick.
Paul the Octopus would even have difficulty picking this series, because you've got Lincecum, you've got Kane, you've got Sanchez, who's actually in the Phillies game, he had a moment similar to the Roger Clemens Mike Piazza 2000 moment, where Piazza's bat flew into Clemens' hand and he caught it and threw it aside, and it looked like he was throwing it at Piazza. Sanchez threw it Utley, and then Utley goes to first, and Sanchez starts taunting him, and Utley's like, "What?" And then like bench is clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Utley took 2 steps from first. Everyone got, whoa, sit down.
Utley just threw him the ball back.
Yeah,
right?
because Utley gets hit by the pitch,
That
it
was it.
bounced, and running down the line, he catches it, and he tosses it back
Yeah.
to Sanchez, like over his head. Sanchez, obviously, he was catching the ball from the umpire. It was just humorous to see. So he had one of those moments. It was just funny. But yeah, Lincecum and Kane and Sanchez could easily shut down the Rangers. It's been done. But considering I'm a Yankees fan, I'm picking the Rangers. Solely because they beat the Yankees. If you
Nice.
could beat the Yankees, I think you could beat the Giants. Who am I rooting for personally? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess I would like to kind of see the Giants win, just because, like, you know, their pitching has been building for a lot of years now, and it's, you know, Lincecum's fine. I don't know. They're younger. Texas has a lot of players that have been around a while. Guerrero's been around a while. Cliff Lee's been around since, 4 or 5 years. He just didn't get good until 3 years ago for some reason. All of a sudden, he just woke up one day. He's like, I got it. Maybe he did the Rookie of the Year thing, and he just hasn't told anyone yet. One day, he's just going to be like, what's he doing? He's lofting it.
Oh, no. It's gone.
It's gone.
Oh, no. That'd be crazy.
What did the mom say, though?
Floated.
Floated? First, he pulled the glove back and saw it was her glove.
Of course, yeah.
She was a great pitcher. But yeah, I'm going to root for the Giants. But again, whoever wins, I don't care. Good for both teams, really. But I'm rooting for the Giants. I think the Rangers will win, just because I think they have bigger momentum after beating the Yankees. I think you beat the Phillies, it's kind of like,
It's true.
But you beat the defending World Series champions. I think they have a little bit more momentum. And the hitting, I just think, is better than the Giants hitting.
Yeah.
And since Texas pitching isn't that bad, we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. I am going to be rooting for the Giants as well. For the sole reason, I just got a text from Tashaya. She told me that Lincecum's awesome.
She's a Twins
and I
fan.
need to fix my grammar. I know, I fixed it though, right?
Thank you for texting the WUSR text line for that, Tashaya. For those of you that don't know, it's 212-9877. Don't even worry about putting the graphic up. It's over. It's fine. Area code 570 for all you listening on Bourbon Street.
But I am going to be rooting for the Giants because of Tim Lincecum.
Yeah,
I love the guy.
I love Tim Lincecum.
I love the guy.
Great.
I love his form.
If you ever saw him on the street, you would think like he worked at a comic book shop, which is the joke people make.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody made that to me, and I said, well, yeah. Roy, it was my friend Eric, he's a big Phillies fan. He was talking about how somebody made that joke, and I'm like, yeah, well, the same thing can be said for Roy Halladay. It looks like he should be working in a butcher shop. He's got that grizzly beard and like the Roy Halladay. You know, he's not a baseball player. Of course, neither does Benji Molina, but he gets by.
He does, doesn't he?
He has a beer belly, and he could still play baseball.
Yes.
Of course, Babe Ruth had one as well. You could do it. Barry Bonds had a really small head until he took steroids. He still got hits when he had a small head.
That's right.
More hits with a bigger head, though.
Yes.
It's like when you put that code into like a video game where it makes their heads huge.
Yeah.
They hit better.
It's hilarious.
It is funny. But it worked for him. Anyway, yeah, I'm rooting for the Giants. But like I said, whoever wins, good for you.
I think the Rangers take it. But
I do too.
And you do as well. But yeah.
6 games. That seems to be the consensus. That's easy enough.
It seems to be going 6 games.
Yeah,
so, I mean, yeah, I'll go 6 games as well.
That's how it's going to be. Mm-hmm. All right, well, real quick, we'll go on the NBA before we go to football, because the NBA started last night. For those of you who didn't know, I mean, it was easy to miss unless you like had a Facebook and everybody was like, Celtics are on tonight. Playing the Heat. I love the Celtics.
Everyone likes the Heat now, so.
I do.
How could you not?
Exactly.
All right.
They're great.
Yeah, I know.
They've already won the finals.
I know. No team in the history of the sport has ever done that.
Here's an editor's note for you listeners and viewers. Don't bother watching the season for one reason only. The Lakers are going to win the championship. I don't say that as a Lakers fan. I say that as a Facts fan. Phil Jackson, whenever he wins championships, wins them in 3s. Right now he has 2, which means he needs 1 more to get 3. See the math I did there with my fingers? No, you don't, because you're listening to us. But they've won already. It's over. Why even watch it? He's got it in the bag. The Lakers win the finals. The Heat don't. If the season ended today, they would have won the championship because they have a better record than the Heat.
The Heat, yep.
But why? What happened? The Heat are great. They should have won. I mean, they only opened up against the Celtics. The Celtics are old. They're washed up, Baldy.
The Heat played terrible, and it was beautiful to watch. Shaq starts off the game, 2 dunks. And then he leaves for the rest of it. But
and he had a heart attack.
He takes some time off. This Heat team doesn't look good. They just don't look like a team at all. And why? Because they're not. They haven't been playing with each other. Before this, the big 3, I guess you could say, even though the big 3 is the Celtics, they looked terrible. They haven't played together. And it showed. It showed. And, you know, LeBron, 31 points, 8 turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bosh only had, I think, 9 points.
Yeah, it was.
Wade had
Wade had 13. So all around, just not good. You have to, in order for this team to win, all those guys have to score like
at least 20 points.
I would say that. Yes, I would say 20 to 25 points are around there. They have to have so much of the scoring just among them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't. They just didn't look good at all. I mean, and everyone's just like, oh, they lost. My gosh. And then Dwayne Wade in the press conference, he's like, all you people thought we'd go 82-0. That's impossible. So just like
we lost on purpose.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't think that way.
Like people, like he just said that because he set us up for that. He said they'd go like 82-0.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said if they lost like a game or 2, it'd be like the World Trade Center all over again.
Which you did not like.
I didn't like that at all, and I still don't like it. So now he's just like,
Wayne, what?
So now he's just like, who expected that? Well, we expected it. Well, I didn't expect it, but people expected it, and the media is asking you questions because you set them up for it. Okay? So that's completely your fault. And you're not good right now.
Is there a new rule in the NBA where you need to wear full suits to the interviews? because every player had on like an amazing suit. And usually LeBron has on his like sweater and his button down underneath and his like big custom-made Beats headphones because he's LeBron James. They were all in suits.
I know you have to
with like the huge shoulder pads, so they look like they're like this. Let's just do the show like this, or like this, or like this.
Like this, or like this.
I like this.
No. All right.
But yeah, Celtics win 88-80 for the score. But it was just, it was funny to see because ironic too that they're going up against the other big three. The big three being Garnett and Allen and Pierce, who have played together now for about 3 or 4 years and have great chemistry with one another.
Right.
And you could see that all game long. They knew where everyone was. They're throwing it over the place. Rondo's doing his thing. They knew where everyone was. The Heat don't have any chemistry at all yet. They just have 3 superstars thrown on the same team, and they have to figure out how they're going to play well together.
Right.
Will they get that chemistry? Of course. It's going to come eventually.
Eventually, yes.
This year, though, I don't see them doing anything, winning the finals.
I don't see
Not yet. I mean, it'll probably happen, but you could even see now. LeBron scores 31, but he leaves Wade and Bosh in the dust. And he's like, well, I'm not used to having so many superstars to be able to pass it to. Well, that's not a slap in the face at all to your other teammates, LeBron. If you get in the NBA, don't you think you're pretty good?
Pretty good, yeah.
So, I mean, I shouldn't say that. Some of the people that play in the NBA are deplorable, but you know, we're looking at you, Sheldon Williams, and whatever his name is, Scalabrini.
Yes, yeah, doing the warm-ups. Yep.
So yeah, the Heat lose the first game. I mean, I'm not gonna jump to the conclusion and say the Heat suck and they're never gonna win a game because they're going to. They're gonna be good. They're gonna have a winning record. They're probably gonna win the division. But it was just ironic and funny that they lost the first game to the actual big three.
Right.
And it was really a slap in the face. The Celtics really put them in their place for once. I was like,
it's true.
Now what?
No, a team put a team of individuals in their place right now.
They just
they don't get the chemistry. Maybe they'll get the chemistry, but not now.
No.
Not now, and I don't think they have the better team right now than the big guys, the Lakers, the Celtics.
Because Bosh he's an average guy. I mean, he's a little bit above average for a big man, but you could stop him. You know, you could stop Wade. You could stop LeBron.
At times.
You could try. You could try to contain LeBron James. He's just really big, and he'll just run past you.
Right.
And then dunk. Be like, whoop. But yeah, the Celtics put the Heat in their place.
Mm-hmm.
There were also other games, ironically enough. Shocking.
How about that?
I know.
Yep.
Portland beat the Suns 106-92.
Who cares?
Yeah. Suns have no big men. Steve Nash basically said that too.
Yeah.
They don't, really. They
don't.
have no big
No.
men. They're done. Amari's to the Knicks.
Yep.
They're done.
They're done.
They have Steve Nash, and it's a shame.
They have Hito Turkoglu now. So that's...
good luck.
Things are looking up.
Lakers played as well and started off the year 1-0 by beating the Rockets 112-110, even with the Rockets getting back Yao Ming.
Yeah.
Somehow they held him in check because he is good. He's great. He's a great player. He's big and he's strong and he's not at all. He's just 7'6". He's like he's like 190 pounds of just twig. And he's like Manute Bol, except not as thin, and not as tall, ironic enough. But Rob Webber hit the game-winning three. Steve Blake hit the game-winning three for the Lakers. His first moment as a Laker came in the first game, so that's off his shoulders. He has nothing to prove now. He made it. Kobe actually had the ball at the end with it was 30 seconds left, and he went to Steve Blake for the three. 18 seconds left, something like that, and he made it. So. Well, he's in. That's all you really have to do.
Yeah, exactly. That was just. It wasn't. It was pretty poorly played game for the Lakers. The Rockets always give them problems.
Yeah.
No matter what, they're just like a bad matchup for the Lakers. I don't know why exactly. I mean, they can't guard a point guard, and Aaron Brooks is really fast, and for some reason plays out of his mind every time he plays the Lakers. But
probably because he knows they can't guard him.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but this is a nice win for the Lakers against a bad matchup for them. coming out, completing the ring ceremony and everything. So that's great for them. Their bench looks good. Their bench looks better than last year. I know it's only game one, but they're pretty much deep. And this second unit is what got them back in the game. It was Steve Blake, it was Shannon Brown, it was Matt Barnes. He didn't really do much, but he was hustling. He wasn't converting on a few plays, but I mean Shannon Brown played out of his mind. He hit some clutch threes. He's always a threat when he's out there. And these are guys that have once started on other teams or could start on other teams. So I mean, I really like their bench this year. They're really deep. Deeper than they were last year. Wait till they get Bynum back. They don't even have Bynum yet. So, I mean, this team is definitely prime to win another championship. I'm just trying to kind of sit back and let it happen. I'm not trying to get into the season yet, because that'll be really annoying every time they lose. So I'm just kind of trying to lay back, enjoy the season, and then wait for the playoffs. But this team looks good to me.
They look good already, and it's only game one. And it's going to be important for other guys to step up and do their thing every game and be reliable. So, because Kobe can't go out for 81 anymore.
Exactly.
And just take over a game. I mean, he'll get your clutch shot when you need it at the end, but it's very rare anymore where he'll drop 40 points on you.
He'll be your main option, but he has a team.
Yeah,
and he will. He's an excellent team player.
If he has that mindset where he can trust his players, and already he trusts Steve Blake, which is good. Yeah. You can already trust him, because we saw that in Game 7 last year, the finals. Him chucking up shots in the first half. We're like, stop shooting.
Yeah.
Pass the ball. You're not making anything. Yeah. Hopefully, they'll get. Who is Odom starting, or is he off the bench?
Odom started yesterday because Bynum's out.
He's probably going to start now, just because I don't think they're going to trust Bynum anymore, because every time he comes back, his knee breaks. He's probably going to come off the bench solely because he can't play a whole game anymore.
I don't know. I think they want to start with Bynum.
I do too. I don't know. I cringe every time he leaves the floor. You're just like, ooh.
Right, but I mean, having Gasol and Bynum, 2 7-footers, that just hurts teams.
Well, Odom's like,
so
what is he, 6'11"?
That's true. It's not like Odom's small, but like Bynum is the tough guy, to be honest with you. Bynum is just like, he's just brute force. He is going to score at any cost. He's going to rebound at any cost. I mean, when he brings it. There are times where he doesn't bring it, but I mean, he's that physical guy that they need. Pau Gasol and Odom are more finesse guys. I mean, Odom will definitely hit the boards a lot, but when you need that really tough, the really like tough board of the tough two, and I'm cringing to get but yes, you need Bynum in there personally. So that's what I believe.
I agree.
I mean, as soon as they get him back, I mean they should just sit him the entire season and wait for the playoffs.
Just, send him to somewhere, get as much surgery as you need done, do therapy, something, get strong, get healthy. Yeah. But I agree, they look good. But again, like you said, it's too early to get that involved. Yeah. I'm just gonna wait. Like, that's the same thing with the Heat. It's too early to care that they lost the first game. It was just ironic that they lost the first game and kind of shut everyone up. That was like, oh, the Heat. Yeah.
Right.
The Heat is
right.
So
I agree.
That's that. So that's the NBA. There are only 3 games. We're not going to go as in depth every week because there's like 20 games.
Exactly.
And who cares?
Go over standings and stuff. But
yeah.
No.
So when we come back after this break, we're going to get into the NFL. We'll tell you how we did last week with our picks. But if your team won, we picked them. So we'll let you know what happened last week. If you want to give us a text for any question, problem, complaint, request, response, whatever you want to text us. Topics. The number is 570-212-9877. That's 212-WUSR, area code 570 for all you listening in New Jersey. So yeah, we'll come back with football. You're listening to the John and Joe Sports Show, 99.5 WUSR Scranton, and watching us live on the Royal Television Network. We'll be right back.
You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pass the honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey guys, this is my teenage friend Rachel. She's cool.
Hey. Hey, could you watch the road?
Hey, could you watch the road?
Okay. All right, well, if we die in a car crash, I want to donate my eyes to my neighbor Gary. He has a boat, and he sails all around the world. I would love to see that. I don't know if he actually needs eyes, but who would turn on a free pair of eyes, right? Who's that rich?
哦，先生你好，歡迎光臨，等等先。誒，唔該晒。
Brandon!
This is my friend Rob from Michigan.
What's up?
He's a teenager.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Woo! Hey, you want to slow down there?
No.
Really? Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
We're shooting a viral video. Hold on, I want to see this. Hey, this is his last 5 minutes on Earth. A little something to Mom? Say something to Mom. How about, goodbye, Mom, sorry.
And we're back here on 99.5 WSR Scranton and the Royal Television Network. It's the John and Joe Sports Show. We talk sports on a show.
How about that?
How about that? Well, we just went over the NBA, and in closing, the Lakers are better than the Heat right now.
Yes.
Moving on to football, America's pastime, pigskins, other things like that. Maybe not. Maybe it's just football. Football Americano for all of you listening in Spain. Well, let's go over the picks. It was another great week of great teams beating subpar teams, as the season has shown this year thus far.
Of course.
Bad teams lose every week while the good teams win. There hasn't been any problems with that.
What else would happen? What do you expect?
I don't know. If you want to text us anytime during this segment, the phone number is 570-212-9877. That's 570-212-9877. Or if you don't speak auctioneer, 212-9877, area code 570. You can see the number on your screen for those of you watching at the University of Scranton, the 9 of you.
There are more than 9 of you. You can text us.
Yes, please, let us know. Let us know. Maybe none of you are watching. We want your input. Just send a text and go, I'm listening, exclamation point. You don't even have to give me your name. Go ahead. Go for it now. All right, anyway. Let's get started. The Falcons beat the Bengals 39-32. Great.
Exactly.
I thought the Bengals would win, but they didn't.
I don't remember who I picked. But I know that Roddy White went nuts.
He did go crazy. That's what it says here.
So,
White's huge day helps Falcons hold off Bengals.
He got like 34 points for me in Yahoo.
201 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. It was a good day for Roddy White.
Good day for good old Roddy. So, yeah, big game for the Falcons. Coming off a horrible loss to a team I can't remember, but it was bad. They were bad.
It was pathetic.
Whoever it was, they were bad. So they come back and they get the win here.
They're 3-0 at home.
Over the inconsistent Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals are sad.
I can't stand them.
They scored 22 points in the third, though.
Yeah.
Made it a game and then gave up too many in the fourth.
Yep.
I think they had a chance to win at the end. Well,
I think they did too.
Most teams do, but clearly they didn't come out on top. Redskins beat the Bears 17-14. Hall picks off Jay Cutler 4 times. 4 times. It's better no matter which way you look at it. He had 4 interceptions. Perhaps Jay Cutler mistook him for one of the Bears' receivers.
It was good.
That's pathetic. Good. 4 picks to the same guy.
Some people don't get 4 picks in a season.
Yeah, 1 game. 6 turnovers for the Bears. Forte is a terrible running back. 41 yards.
The Bears aren't good.
No,
they're not good
at all.
They haven't played
and
many
their record
teams.
is
They've
finally
gotten lucky,
showing that because they were 4-1 and everybody's like, the Bears.
Yes, now they're 4-3 and they should have a losing record right now. But they don't because that's the way the NFL is going this year. But they're not good.
No.
That's all there is to it. And the Redskins,
4 interceptions. I mean, the Redskins didn't even play that well, but you get 4 interceptions, you win.
Yeah, that's it.
Titans destroyed the Eagles 37-19. Yeah.
Love the Titans.
Britt for the
Kenny
Titans. 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just
crazy?
a normal day at the office.
Yeah, like Kenny Britt. Yeah.
Collins, Carey that is, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns. He should not be on a football field, in my opinion. But there he is. He's clearly better than Vince Young.
I don't even know.
Well, Kevin Cobb. I mean, the Eagles. They lost. What happened? He's so
the
good.
Eagles were winning this game, and then all of a sudden,
they were
the Titans came out of nowhere and just blew them away. And they got a
fourth quarter.
Yeah, right. They got a touchdown on the last play of the game because Cobb threw a pick, and Cortland Finnegan, instead of just falling to the ground, actually ran it back for a touchdown.
Which I love.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I think you should do that all the time.
Yeah.
Unless, and of course, it was the Falcons, I believe.
Yeah, Falcons Niners, right?
Who ran it back and then
yes.
they just took it back from them.
Exactly.
You gotta watch. Hold the ball at least. Cradle it well.
Yeah.
Like your newborn son.
Yeah. There you go.
Hold it. Don't strangle it, but hold it. Yeah. So Titans win. They're 5-2.
Top of the division.
Eagles are 4-3. And Andy Reid can't wait for the return of Vic so he could get Cobb out of there. Literally, that's basically what he said. Who's shocked by that one? Not us, because Cobb is terrible and not the Messiah.
It's
Ironically
true.
enough, he is not.
He is not.
If you pray to him, he will not grant you wishes.
He's not a genie either.
Oh, really?
No, he's not.
If you lose an object and pray to him to find it, something's lost and can't be found, Kevin Cobb won't find it.
He's not St. Anthony.
Shout out to St. Anthony.
St. Anthony.
Sit still before he breaks something.
Watch,
okay.
We'll both find something today. Just like, oh, wow, thank you.
Yes.
St. Anthony, thank
can't
you
go
so
wrong
much.
with St. Anthony. Unless, of course, you're golfing and there's leaves and
That's
you can't find your golf ball because there's too many leaves, but that's fine. That was such an unfortunate time. Anyway, the Chiefs beat the Jaguars 42-20. 42-20. 42 points to the Chiefs. No, the Jaguars 20. Castle 2 touchdowns. Jones 125 yards and a touchdown. Bo 2 touchdowns. Maurice Jones-Drew led the team in rushing and receiving again. Bowman was the quarterback for the Jaguars. So when he's your quarterback, you ain't winning no games because we don't even know who he is.
No.
But he's in.
He's in.
Chiefs destroy the Jaguars, moves to 4-2 and 3-0 at home. My God. It's really all you can say about the NFL right seriously.
Now. The Chiefs are they're a ray of light this season because they were a bad team and now they have a winning record. So way to go, Chiefs, and they're looking good too.
Way to use that Native American nickname to your best of your ability.
That's right.
Because if you don't keep winning, they'll take it away from you like they do with all other Native American names. Florida State, you can't do this chant anymore.
The chop. Right? It's the chop.
Which I don't understand how you could enact that. If all the fans start doing this, what are they going to do? Set off grenades? Like, like smoke bombs in the stands. Oh God, no!
They still do that for the Braves.
Yeah, I know.
It's the,
So it made me want to be a Braves fan at one point.
I know.
Like, that's so cool.
I know.
They like glow in the dark machetes,
hatchets,
whatever they are.
I don't know.
I don't want to be politically incorrect, but you know what we're talking about. So the Steelers beat the Dolphins 23-22.
Controversy.
Now.
No.
Something happened in this game. A controversial fumble. Basically, do you remember what quarter it was in? It was at the end, right? Fourth quarter?
Yep.
Big Ben, he scrambles, he goes in, he's trying to run for a touchdown. He gets to like the 1 and he fumbles the ball. The ball is on the ground. You see 3 Dolphins players jump on top of the ball, and then you can't see it anymore. So you assume the Dolphins have it. The pile clears, a Dolphins player has the ball. You again assume the Dolphins have it.
The Dolphins have it, of course.
No, they don't, though. Because apparently if you're holding it, you still don't have it. Which makes a lot of sense. Here's my phone, but it's not really here. This is not mine. It's his, because we're swapped for Halloween. So what do, Joe? They review it.
They review it.
What do they come up with? I mean, what conclusive evidence do they see to change this call of the fumble?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Can you tell me?
I vaguely remember, but like you're off.
But
no, you're not off on Sundays anymore.
The thing, it was so bad that I don't know.
Well, let me look just to make sure.
Look at it.
The Steelers get the ball back and they end up kicking the game.
Right, they're right. They're just kind of like, let's just give them another chance.
The video review determined that it was a fumble, but because it was unclear who recovered, though like we said, Pittsburgh keeps the ball and then kicks the field goal on the game-winning the next play to beat Miami.
Yep.
As Miami linebacker Channing Crowder said, the refs called a wonderful game for the Steelers. I agree.
They'll probably get a fine for that or something.
Yeah, that's fine. It was ruled a touchdown. Both teams scrambled for the ball, and it honestly looked like the Dolphins had it.
Right.
I don't know where in the rules it just says you give the other team. I mean, at the least, redo the play. If you can. Just don't give it to them at the half-yard line. That's what they did.
Right, yeah.
Redo the play if you can't see. But you could see on the replay 3 Dolphins players jump on the ball. Even if a Steelers player had it, a Dolphins player had it at the end. That's what happens when there's a fumble. Whoever has it at the end gets the ball.
Right.
Because there's a scrum, like when we play Madden.
Yes.
Stupid thing they added where you don't just get the ball. You got to press Y and X and X and Y and B and A to get the fumble. Dumb. Right. I got the fumble. I dove on it first. I don't care if a guy leaps on top of me. I have it.
It's true. But in the NFL, it's whoever has it at the end. You go in a pile. It doesn't matter who gets it first. It just matters who has it when everyone's cleared out. So why... I just don't understand.
Terrible
what
call.
They're making up.
Terrible call.
They're just making things up this year.
I've never heard of them just going, well, we don't really know, so we're going to give the Steelers.
Right, exactly. That's what they said.
What?
Yeah.
That's your call? After a replay? It's not even like they just discussed it. Like, I didn't see it. All right, I didn't either.
Exactly.
They looked at it for like 10 minutes. More like 2, but you get it. Terrible.
Terrible. I agree.
So the Dolphins end up losing, and the Steelers move to 5-1. Super Bowl. Browns beat the Saints 30-17. How many picks did Drew Brees have? As many interceptions as Hall had in his game. 4. How many were returned for a touchdown? 2. Did you see the last one?
Yes.
He picks it off at like the 40, right? Starts sprinting away. I'll get the guy's name. I don't want to destroy this for you loyal listeners and fans. Need to know everyone's name. David Bowens? Yeah, that's it. David Bowens. 2 interceptions. He runs down after the pick, right? There is no Saints player within 30 yards of him. What, did they just let him go? They had to. On the replay, he intercepts it, he's running. No one is even getting blocked.
Yeah.
There's blockers running behind him, just like, and it was great. He like walked to the end zone and then just tumbled into it. There was no one around. He could have skipped. He could have threw the ball behind him to somebody else, threw it in the stands. Pathetic.
Oh man.
Pathetic by the Saints.
Yeah.
Drew Brees played terrible. Why? Because he's on the cover of Madden
Madden
and he's not going to
curse.
be good.
Oh.
And the other Saints couldn't do anything. Ivory was the leading rusher for the Saints, and I'm pretty sure the only thing that Ivory should be in is in a song called Ebony and Ivory, which go together forever.
There you go.
Yeah, but Colt McCoy, the quarterback, kind of, Hillis,
Yeah, Colt
Rabinski.
McCoy.
I mean, the offense did crap. It was really the interceptions for touchdowns that won them the game. But regardless, ick.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I don't know what to say.
Ick.
Just ick. Exactly. It was pitiful. It was pitiful.
That's pitiful. That touchdown,
was pitiful.
the last touchdown was really pathetic, where there's literally no one around. They just like, there he goes.
Right.
Not even one of the receivers or running backs with speed was even
No.
trying. It looked like on the replay when he intercepted and ran by, all the offensive linemen fell down. And Drew Brees, like, he's a quarterback. He's not going to run.
Oh, yes. Clearly not.
But, yeah, Saints moves 4-3, 2-2 at home. Sickening. The Browns moved to 2-5. Super Bowl contender at this
They weren't
point.
even in the dog pound.
No. Rams lose to the Bucks, 18-17. Bucks move to 4-2. Rams drop to 3-4. Freeman leaves the Bucks on a fourth quarter drive to win them the game against the Rams.
I have nothing to say.
No.
I really have nothing to say. I don't care. I mean, it's cool that the Rams were playing well. Now they're not. They lost. So that's a shame.
Nothing. I have nothing.
I guess.
Panthers beat the 49ers.
I don't know. I know I called this. That's all.
Get the graphic up because both of these teams are hapless.
There we
it
go.
is. We've been
She
waiting.
was
We're just
waiting.
for it. Boom!
She was waiting. We're fine.
Because the Panthers, though they've won, are 1-5, and the 49ers are 1-6, 0-4 away.
Both teams are hapless.
This is pathetic for the 49ers.
It's pathetic.
1-6?
Yeah.
After winning last week, all right, here we go. They're getting better? No.
No, not good.
Panthers get their first win, though.
Way to go.
Alex Smith, you were a terrible quarterback. Anyone who thought you had any realm of talent was wrong.
Should have taken Aaron Rodgers.
Fail.
Fail.
He's doing okay for himself.
Not so bad. Yeah.
Ravens beat the Bills 37-34. Field goal in overtime. The Bills were destroying the Ravens at one point.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, wait, we're the Ravens. And the Bills tried. They scored 10 in the fourth, and they win. Ravens
They
win.
don't get it. Yep, exactly.
So they remain at 0-6.
I have nothing to say. The Ravens are a much better team than the Bills, and they didn't show it.
But they won. Ray Lewis gets that fumble in overtime. One of the receivers for the Bills is like standing up, and they're in one of those things where they're both trying to move the pile, but they're not moving. And Ray Lewis just comes in and just rips the ball from his hands.
Yeah.
Literally just takes the ball. The guy had nowhere to go. He couldn't even fall to the ground. He was just being stood up, and Ray's just like, whoop.
Yeah.
Fair or foul, or just Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
My opinion.
Seahawks beat the Cardinals 22-10. 5 turnovers for the Cardinals, who are a terrible team. Even though they're 3-3, they're terrible.
They're terrible.
Seahawks are 4-2.
They're terrible too. They're the terrible twos.
Bad time of year for you mothers. This is I can't even words can't even describe. These teams are terrible.
We could skip.
Speaking of terrible,
we could skip.
The Raiders beat the Broncos 59-14. Now, you know why? Well, the score was so high. I played that on Madden, and I beat the Broncos 59-14. It was me all along. I have nothing to add.
I can't. I still can't believe this happened.
165 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was 24-0 within like the first 6 minutes of the game.
I can't believe it happened. I can't.
The Denver running defense is hapless in itself.
Absolutely.
Deplorable, pathetic. They suck.
I don't even know. It's like I can't believe it happened.
My jaw hit the floor. I'm like, well, 24-0 in the first. You know, you pick way here, pick way there. They might not lose by that much. They lost.
They just kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were going for it on 4th down, the Raiders, scoring.
They let their rival have it.
That begs the question, Professor Strain, doesn't it? Is there even a rivalry anymore? Do you not care? That's what the guy that does the show with Chris Berman said, whose name I can never remember.
Oh, Tom
Blitz.
Jackson.
On the Blitz. I knew it was Jackson, but I didn't want to say his name wrong. Tom Jackson.
Rivalries like that never.
Tom Jackson, who was once a Denver player, ripped them to shreds this weekend. It was great. Because the Raider-Bronco rivalry has been a rivalry for a long time. You know, it's not like of Red Sox-Yankees proportions, but it's big enough in their division. They're the division rivals. It's like, how do you show up to a game at home and lose 59-14 to the Raiders? Now, Jason Campbell is your quarterback?
Right.
What is happening? I don't mind at all, though. You know, who cares?
Words cannot describe.
2-5 are Denver, 3-4 are Oakland. Pathetic. Hapless. Everything.
All of the above.
Yeah. Patriots beat the Chargers 23-20, and I was surprised because the Chargers scored 17 points in the 4th quarter and was like, whoa, hold on a minute here.
Yeah.
But they came up short because they always do this season.
I'm going to get my cholesterol checked.
They're only 2-5, and Raiders are better than the Chargers in the AFC.
The Chiefs. They're 4-2, so
you better get ready.
I'm gonna make the appointment, I guess. Jeez.
Might as well.
It's not even funny. I'm not gonna make it.
Ah.
Then at the end they're gonna be like, your cholesterol is off the charts.
We have never seen something like this in our lives. Yeah, it was a good try by the Chargers. Really, they have good tries. They don't do anything early, and then they're like, oh, I guess we should start playing. Mm-hmm. It's too late.
Yep.
Patriots moved to 5-1. Chargers dropped to 2-5. And Chris Brown did miss the field goal for the Chargers at the end.
Right.
Off the right bottom bar, missed it after a 5-yard. I think it was a 5-yard penalty or a 10-yard penalty. So maybe. If they didn't call it, he would have. But yeah, Chargers are playing terrible. 4 turnovers. Just don't show up. They're not showing up to games. Basically.
Pathetic.
Yeah. Speaking of pathetic, Packers beat the Vikings 28-24.
Woo!
There it is. Brett Favre broke his ankle. But he only fractured it. He's still gonna play on Sunday.
Of course, he's still gonna play.
But Brad Childress ripped him a new one after the game.
It was
basically yelled at him for losing the game. 3 interceptions, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 3.
3 picks. Yep.
We were texting during this game. He would just he'd be falling down and he would just throw it. And he would throw it like this little wussy pass. And the Green Bay defenders were just like, what is this? Brett Favre?
Right, yeah. There was the one time where, A.J. Hawk wasn't even in good position.
No.
And it just came to him.
Randy Moss turns the wrong way, and instead of him just taking the sack, he just throws it
anyway.
anyway.
He just throws it right to him.
Where he would have ran had he turned and the defender's just
It was great to see. It was great to see that actually
It looked
happen.
like a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was shocked that was Brett Favre. I said, "Is this Brett? Who is this?"
Yeah, he gave the Packers the game. The Packers scored 14 points off his turnovers.
Yeah, and they drive down the field at the end of the game. He has this miraculous pass at the end to somebody.
Percy Harvin. The Packers could not stop Percy Harvin.
Yeah, Percy Harvin is intense, and he only had 65 yards rushing. But it seemed like whenever they needed this miraculous catch, it was Percy Harvin.
Exactly.
So they throw it to him. He only gets 1 foot in bounds in the back of the end zone, though, and they didn't do anything after that because I don't know. They had an opportunity. It was like 3rd and 30.
An opportunity.
Then they got it a little bit closer. And
then
came down to the last play. Brett Favre falls
down.
Last play, but which actually helped him because he avoided the rush by falling, and then he just threw it away.
That was
Not even close. It wasn't even like a tip. He just threw it out of bounds.
Nope, just threw it way over Moss's head. When you're out throwing Moss.
Boy, he's old, isn't he?
He's really old. He's very old. Yeah.
He is old.
He is old.
They spelled Favre right this time.
They did good. Yeah, that's excellent.
Well done.
Nicely done.
Now, like midway through the game, he hurt his ankle, and they found out he has like 2 fractures. Doesn't require surgery. It's just a pain, literally.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen. He's obviously going to want to play. I don't know if Childress is going to put him in because at the press conference, he ripped him apart.
Right, yeah. How
for turnovers and, lackluster effort, and I don't know what he's going to do. But
how ironic would it be if the Packers were the team to knock him out of his streak of consecutive starts? That would be awesome.
But, you got to look at it. Who are they going to put in as their backup?
Tavares
Jackson? Is the NFL ready for that?
Look out. No, he's going to be too good.
Does it matter? Because who cares?
He's going to be too good. No one's going to be ready. Oh, God. He could run.
Yeah, they're worried. Yeah, they're worried about Brett Favre. The most running Brett Favre does is when he goes to hand it off to Adrian Peterson and he takes 6 steps back to hand it off. Chill out. Monday night game, Giants beat the Cowboys 41-35. Makes the Cowboys 1-5. Giants are 5-2. No Jets yet. Sorry.
They have a bye. They had a bye.
Tony Romo breaks his collarbone, his clavicle for all us sports first aid fans. Broken. He's done 6 to 8 weeks. He needs surgery.
This year.
Yeah. This thing. The thing that you could grab a hold of if you dig deep down enough on your skin and just rip it off. If you're strong enough. So I turned the game on and I'm like, where is Romo? John Kitna is in as quarterback.
Romo out. That's just
John Kitna. Former who?
He's on the Bengals and a lot of other teams.
He was on the Panthers or the Lions, right?
He was on the Lions. Yep, he was on the Lions.
Yeah, that's when he had his start, and you were like, John Kitna? Pathetic. So, yeah, Romo's done. John Kitna's their quarterback now. The Cowboys are in utter shambles.
Yeah, they're done. They're done. I don't see anything happening with them at all.
Giants score 41 points. Eli Manning has 4 touchdowns, making the Giants look like they're good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the Cowboys are finished.
They're done.
Washed up.
That's it.
What's his name? Still thinks they're going to make the playoffs. Their coach, Wade Phillips, who's probably going to lose his job.
He should.
Because the Cowboys are like the Yankees of the NFL, and they just start yanking people if they don't do well enough.
He should lose his job because the Cowboys have been playing progressively worse every year since he's taken over.
Yeah.
Honestly, he really should.
Charlie Weiss. For all you Notre Dame fans, Ty Willingham was great. He got in good recruits, and then Charlie Weiss came along and was really good his first year because he had all of Ty's recruits.
Exactly.
And then the next year when he had to get his own, we're losing to Navy.
Yep.
Where's Rudy when you need him? Bill Parcells, stick up their butt, win, go, hard.
Took that team from, they were down at the bottom. Quincy Carter was their quarterback.
Wow.
And then,
it's almost as bad as
just progressively went up.
Cordell Stewart for the Steelers. That was a bad time, too. Yeah, they did well. And then Wade Phillips just sat in his chair like this, and he hasn't moved. That's why he's so overweight. All right, week 8 picks, because we only have 5 minutes left. You don't even need to get your paper out. We don't look at it anyway.
That's true. We never do.
We haven't taken it out one time.
No.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not going to do it.
We got it all up here. So, Dolphins, Bengals. Dolphins win. They're 3-0 away.
Oh, wow.
They have 3 losses at home.
Well, that changes things.
They should have won last week. They got gypped. They're going to be angry, and I don't like picking the Bengals. I haven't liked picking the Bengals in 5 years just because it's different every week.
This is true. I'll pick the Bengals though. They have to show that they're like really good. This will be the game. This will be one of the few games that they'll be really good. They'll beat the Dolphins.
Jaguars, Cowboys. If Des Bryant can return 2 kicks back for a touchdown like he did against the Giants, maybe they'll win. But I'm just going to pick the Jaguars because it's funny to say the Jaguars are going to beat the Cowboys.
Sure. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. They'll win. I know it's fun to say the Jaguars, but I think the Cowboys are going to win.
Redskins, Lions. Redskins win.
I agree. Redskins, they're better, I think, at times.
Right now.
Right, yes.
Bills and Chiefs. Chiefs win.
Chiefs win. Bills stay scored.
Terrible.
Winless, not scoreless. So that'd be terrible.
We haven't
They haven't scored in 6 games.
Panthers, Rams.
God.
What is happening? Why would you schedule these games, NFL? Rams.
Rams. Yep.
Packers and Jets. In order to pick the winner, arm wrestling contest. Joe and Nicolina, go. Whoever wins.
Just the Jets are going to win.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Jets. If you want to pick the Packers, that's great. But they still haven't played well this year.
I'm going to pick the Jets just because Brett Favre made so many mistakes that if the Packers didn't win, it would have been sad.
Exactly.
He just gave them the ball like 4 times, just like, what? Maybe he did. Maybe they talked to him before they were like, come on, Brett, please. It's like, all right.
Yeah, the Packers didn't really do anything to win that game. They still haven't played well. Jets. And they're half the team's injured. So Jets.
Broncos, 49ers. Broncos.
Do it. Broncos.
Please.
Broncos.
God, come on!
They could do it. The Broncos.
Kyle Orton now has 2,140 yards.
Look at this guy.
He's going to get 3,000 yards passing. And they don't even have a winning record. They can't stop the run, and they can't run the ball at all. Don't make any changes because it's not like the trade deadline was like, I don't know, week 6. Don't do anything about it. It's fine. Stupid fools. Stupid fools.
Fly, you fools.
Gandalf. Should be him for Halloween.
Yeah, you're right.
I need to stick. Titans, Chargers. Go, Chargers. Go.
You picking them?
This is one of the weeks where the Titans play like garbage.
Okay.
Chargers win.
All right. I'll pick the Titans because I don't like the Chargers because you're going to make me get a cholesterol test.
I'm not making you do anything. You're the one that said it.
I know. The Chargers are making me.
We didn't do the bet. You're just like, if the Chargers I'll get my cholesterol checked.
The Chargers didn't live
Go
up
ahead.
to my expectations,
No.
so it's their fault. Not my fault.
Of all the teams to pick, the Chargers. Oh.
That division's terrible.
I know. Stay out of it.
All of a sudden, the Chiefs are 4-2.
Yes,
like
they are.
what? All right, whatever.
All right, Seahawks, Raiders. Raiders win. Clearly,
Yeah,
they're the
Raiders.
better team.
Raiders. I'm picking the Raiders. The black hole.
Vikings, Patriots. Patriots win.
Patriots win. Yes, I agree. Awesome.
Wow. Vikings fall from grace.
Yes.
Bucks, Cardinals. Bucks win. I hate the Cardinals.
Bucks win.
Steelers, Saints. Steelers win.
Steelers win because the Saints are terrible.
They're 3-0 away. What that really has nothing to do because they didn't have a quarterback. Texans, Colts. Colts win. They avenge their loss, and they win because the Texans, they don't know when they're going to play well.
Colts win, yeah. Texans inconsistent. Colts win.
So that's it. We're at 6 o'clock. You've one last thought for all the fans. One, what are you being for Halloween? How's that? We'll leave with that. Or don't you want to share?
I don't want to share, to be honest with you. I don't want to ruin it.
All right. So we'll wait till next week. Tune in next week for what Joe was for Halloween and what I was, because I'm not going to tell you mine if I won't tell mine if you don't tell yours.
Well, yeah, don't tell, because I'm being someone who, like, some people on campus may be, so I don't want to offend anybody on air. If you're catching my drift.
No, you have to tell me after.
I'll have to tell you after.
Anyway, we'll be back next week, same time, same place, same frequency. Stay safe this Halloween. Don't run over any trick-or-treaters. They're just there to have fun.
Right.
You enjoy the fun as well. It's a good time, Halloween. Anyway, tune in next week. We'll be back. You're listening to 99.5 WSR Scranton and watching us live on the Royal Television Network. Thanks for tuning in. We're the John and Joe Sports Show, and we're out.